ask the following. One, on what exact date will the equalization fund become operational, and when can Northern Communal Area farmers expect to receive equalized cattle prices? Two, what measures are being taken to guarantee the long-term sustainability of the fund and prevent future interruptions caused by institutional disputes? Three, how will the ministry ensure that MIDCO passes the full benefit of the fund directly to farmers rather than to absorb it into operational costs? Fourth and finally, Honourable Speaker, can the Minister confirm the current operational status, annual slaughter capacity, utilization rates, and export accreditation status of Katima Mulilo and Oshakati abattoirs, and advise whether they possess sufficient capacity to process the additional cattle volumes anticipated under the Equalization Fund and feedlot program? If not, what interventions are planned and within what time frame?
Yes, please table the questions. Yes. Honorable Kandorodu? Okay. Honorable Somaeb? Oh. Honorable Lucato?
My relative sister, Honorable Speaker, leaders of various political parties, and the members of Parliament, good day and thank you for the platform. Today, Wednesday, 1 July 2026, I hereby give note that on Thursday, 9 July 2026, I shall ask my relative sister, Honorable Erika Shafuta, Minister of Finance and Public Enterprise, the following questions. There are growing public concern regarding the compliance of some foreign-owned retail business operating in Namibia, particularly those common known in Namibia. Then the question is as follows. What measures are in place to ensure that all business operating in Namibia, including foreign-owned business, are properly registered with the relevant authority, including the Business and the Intellectual Property Authority, VIPA, and that they display their registered business names in accordance with the Namibian law? Number two, what system does the Namibian Revenue Agency, NAMURA, have in place to ensure that all VAT registered business correctly records sales, submit VAT returns to time, and pay all VAT due to the state? Number three, has the government investigated complaints that some business discourage or refuse electronic card payments or fail to ensure receipts of purchase? Number four, what steps are being taken by the Ministry of Finance and the Public Enterprise, working together with NAMRA, to strengthen tax compliance instructions and ensure that all businesses comply with the Namibia's tax registration? The last, second, what measures are being implemented in this regard? I so submit, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, please submit the questions. Yes, Honorable Brinkman. Oral? Okay. Honorable Haitota.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I hereby give notice that on Thursday, 2nd of June 2026, I shall ask the Right Honorable Prime Minister the following. Right Honorable Prime Minister, Article 95 of the Namibian Constitution mandates the state to promote and maintain the welfare of the people through the enactment of legislation and formulation of policy. This is a key constitutional mandate upon the government. Now, Right Honorable Prime Minister, the cost of living for the average Namibian is increasingly out of reach and out of pocket. Repo rate has gone up, and that means the cost of basic commodities, including fundamentals such as shelter, food, transport, and electricity, is now unbearable for our people. This is further compounded by the stagnation of wages and the geopolitical tensions being witnessed in the Middle East. I'll therefore ask the following. What immediate interventions is the government putting into place to address the rising cost of living for our people, particularly as it concerns basic commodities and fundamentals such as housing, electricity, and transport? Can the Right Honorable Prime Minister inform this August Assembly as to whether government has developed or plans to develop a comprehensive strategy that is aimed at tackling the high cost of living crisis? And if the answer is in the affirmative, what specific measures and timelines foreseen before relief is provided to ordinary Namibians? I so submit, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, please table the questions. Okay, Honorable Ehu. Okay, Honorable Hifikwa. Oral. Okay. Honorable Kandrodu. Oral already. Honorable Ampanda. Oral.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, one moment. So, Honorable Karonda, is your question also oral? Okay. So then everybody's question is oral. We start with Honorable Venani.
Yes. Honorable Speaker, honorable members, permit me to ask the Minister of Home Affairs, Immigration, Security, and all those important matters, Honorable Her Royal Highness, Minister Ipumbu, in view of what is happening in South Africa, that many illegal immigrants are being beaten up, being deported from that country, I want to know from you, we are seeing social media reports of a Namibian driver badly beaten in South Africa. Last night I was receiving some videos of some Namibians that are living in some parts of shanty towns in the Cape. Are Namibians safe in South Africa at this point in time? What is the government effort, if at all there is any effort, to relocate those Namibians that are finding themselves in crossfire between the South African residents that are demanding their removal from their country? Has the ministry put an effort at reaching out to them? Are they safe? Are you bringing them home? Have you deployed resources for that exercise? And what is happening with our people in South Africa? And what are you advising ordinary citizenry in terms of traveling to South Africa at this point in time? Truck drivers, logistics, people that are doing logistics between our two borders, business people. So those are the issues that we want to clarify.
Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Honorable Venani, for that very important and crucial question, which I think as much as it's posted to our ministry, it encompasses also the responsibilities of the Ministry of International Relations that we are working together with. Of course, we are aware and we are monitoring the situation through our embassy in Pretoria that is reporting to the Ministry of International Relations. We have a committee that is meeting here locally that has been putting modalities in place in terms of preparation to see if the need arises for us to evacuate our people. For your comfort is to inform you that we just dispatched 2 teams earlier on today. The one team went to Pretoria and the other team is destined for Cape Town. That consists of our various officials that are going to carry out the processes that are required for us to do the verification and put modalities in place of, if need may be, for our people to be brought back home. But the situation is being monitored, both from internal and from inside South Africa. So far, what we can say is that we have instructed our people, and we are using this platform to instruct them to remain calm and to remain in-house as we are monitoring what is happening on the streets. If they are at home, we believe they are safe, but there are also shelter places that are identified where they are being advised to move to should the situation necessitate them to move to those shelters. We are encouraging them to move to those shelter places. And our people who are commuting on a daily basis, especially the truck drivers, we are also then encouraging them to monitor the situation, and when they see that it's not safe for them to conduct business, to alert, they are given the contact number of the people they should reach out to so that they are safe. We also want to assure Namibians that we have beefed up the patrols on the borders so as to ensure that there wouldn't be any illegal immigrants movements on the borderline of between us and South Africa. And patrol teams are also on the ground, and while we are encouraging that if we are to pick up any illegal movement, please alert the officers responsible for that, and that is the immigration officers, the police officers, and all those that are responsible for our border patrol and border control. I think in summary, the last item to talk to is the video. The video in circulation cannot be verified at this point in time if it's Namibian. The relevant authorities are busy with authentication and verification to ascertain and determine whether that is indeed a Namibian or not. And once that is done and completed, we would make the public know of whether that is one of our national or not. I think in summary, that's what I can say for now. Or else the ministry that is facilitating, which is the Ministry of International Relations, maybe if there is information to be supplemented, can be supplemented by the Honorable Selma Shiparamusavi, who's responsible for international relations. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Somair.
Thank you, Speaker. Good afternoon. My question goes to the Minister of Mines and Energy, Honorable Amute. Yeah, Honorable, we are receiving good news about dropping of oil prices. Come again? Yeah. Yeah, but to me, I regard, as we are regarding water and sanitation, I regard also electricity as basic necessity. It becomes now a basic need for our society. So as we have to do a good work and effort by reducing oil prices for car owners, I'm eager to know what is the plan of your ministry to come at least halfway the users of electricity. Because currently, us that are using electricity, all of us, we are really under pressure from senior rate, no rates, and whatever rate, and electricity control board. So as a ministry, how can we at least find the means and ways either to meet halfway on these prices of electricity? So I submit, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Minister.
Yeah, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, honorable members, and my dear friend. The answer is really that we are trying, but I think it will be good if this August House give me an opportunity to just make a substantive statement, ministerial statement, because really it is a broader environment. If you look at to electricity tariffs, electricity generation, I think it will be beneficial to this House if I have to brief the House as to where we are with the generation itself, how it impacts on the cost, and so on. Then just trying to answer to say we are attending to price and cost effectiveness and so on. I think it's not good enough, and it's not beneficial enough to even our audience who are looking at us. I think if you can allow me to do that, I will appreciate it.
Okay. Honorable Ehu.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I'd like to ask a question to the Right Honorable Prime Minister, whom I greatly respect. Honorable Prime Minister, I think 2 weeks or so ago, you announced that there's a state of emergency on sanitation. You had also, on the same day, announced that there will be a budget appropriated of about 34 million. So I'd like to hear from you, Honorable Minister, since this is a crisis, as it is a state of emergency, and immediate action needs to be taken, whether you have already commenced with the work that needs to be done to identify the areas that need to be serviced with sanitation. And then equally also, I was asking whether the funding that was appropriated is really sufficient. If you look at 34 million, if you look at 14 regions, that's about 2.4 million per region. If you look at various local authorities, village council settlements, you're looking a further divide of about approximately 14. That gets to 170,000. So, Honorable Prime Minister, with me having sufficient and extensive experience around the servicing of land, I'd like to ask how it's going to be applied and what the distribution model will be to the various localities for this funding that is planned.
Yes, sir. Honorable Prime Minister.
Thank you very much, my esteemed honorable brother engineer, for that question, Honorable Speaker. I think perhaps it's helpful to just give context, and that is to say, sanitation as a function, it is shared primarily by perhaps 3 institutions: the ministry responsible for urban and rural development, as in terms of execution, Ministry of Health, and the ministry responsible for water. And there is a national strategy on sanitation, comprising, of course, of various stakeholders, which is ending next year, 2027. Now, in respect of the priorities that we have attached to sanitation generally, is how do we expedite the process of ensuring that dignity is brought by way of providing these facilities. And that, of course, includes local authorities, but so too rural areas, as well as schools, clinics, in the rural areas, informal settlement, and so forth. Now, earlier in the year then, as we were contemplating reinforcing the already funds that are appropriated precisely for that function. Then a disaster risk team met, because it must recommend, the emergency is to be declared by the President on the recommendation of that body. Now, the body then felt that there wasn't a need to, at that point, to declare a state of emergency, which would require additional funding, and they felt that the funding available is sufficient to address the shortfall that is there, which is then the amount that I mentioned here, 34 million. Then it comes to your question, is that sufficient? And as I mentioned, that it may not be sufficient, but it's a start. Now, should we then divide that in terms of 59 local authorities, 121 constituencies, 14 regions? Probably not that per se, but where the need is more pronounced, that can also be the ideal to have it top up what is needed. But I want to perhaps conclude with this by saying, I hope what the honorable member, because we had this conversation offline, honorable, because we are good brothers. We had this conversation offline, and that is to say, in the event that 34 is not sufficient, we would be very amenable, for instance, to hear from local authorities. I know local authorities who have already done a great deal already with the money appropriated. Now, if there are some that are in dire need, I know Grootfontein is one of it, as well as others. So they are targeted interventions then that we are rolling out as a collective. And that is what we are working towards. And we are happy that at least there is the 34 million available, and we can start with that. And as I said, if and when it is found that the 34 is not sufficient insofar as the needs are concerned, of course, the conversation goes back to the disaster risk, and we can still top up. So, Honorable Speaker, I hope I have done justice to my good engineering brother.
Thank you.
Yes.
Now, we have 4 minutes, and we have 5 members who are asking for the floor. So, the next is Honorable Kandrodu.
Thank you, Speaker. Mine goes to the Minister of Agriculture, my man Inge Ramani. It's on the getting water from Kavango River to Windhoek. Very interesting project. Now, we are reaching NamWater have conducted community meetings to convince the community to allow NamWater to get water from Kavango River to benefit Windhoek commerce and leave Kavango the way as it is, where people don't have any access to potable water. The next thing they can do is to go to the river, attacked by crocodile, while Windhoek is swimming in all nice dams, swimming pool, and open the tap and drink water. When I was in Okakarara, we wanted to extend pipeline 5, and then at Scotland's, there are 3 or 4 boreholes drilled by previous dispensation. That's a aquifer from Bert Aukas, Okari. Those boreholes are also reserved for Windhoek. So we could not implement that project because there was no access to water. So why is government leaving Kavango region dry as it is, with no water, and getting water from Kavango River to service Windhoek and commerce? Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Minister, we have now to be brief because we have now less than 3 minutes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I take note of the question from Honorable Kandorobu, and I'm not aware that that project is going to leave the people of Kavango out, because that is not part of government policy. The projects that have been implemented so far, they have always been off-take for the local communities. And since it's consultation at an initial stage of the project, I think we should allow for those consultations to be concluded, and then if a decision is made that disadvantages the local community, then we can question that decision. But as for now, it's a consultation process. So I so submit. Thank you very much.
Very good. Next one is Honorable Brinkman. Honorable Brinkman.
So why are you telling these people about that?
On what? No, the next is Honorable Brinkman.
The Honorable Minister is not here, Speaker.
Oh, okay. So then the next one on my list is Honorable Hifikwa. Because when I called upon them, they said it's oral. And then I wrote them down, but their name went to the bottom. Yeah.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I would like to pose an oral urgent question to my Minister of Education. Good day, Minister. There are serious allegations of maladministration, of corruption, of recruitment irregularities, including nepotism and favoritism at the University of Namibia. Is the Minister aware of these practices? And with the recent advertised posts at UNAM across the country that are due on the 10th of July, that makes it actually an urgent question. Will the ministry put up an independent review to actually verify these allegations and to make sure that the recruitment processes comply to the law? Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Honorable Minister, so now it means the 5 minutes that I have to exercise a discretion on, I give Minister maybe 3 minutes maximum.
It's too much.
Very good, 2 minutes, and then the rest I can call one more person.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you also to the Honourable Member. I think I can say I'm not aware. Nothing has reached my office, not officially, not uninformed, not informally, except for what you've brought to me right now. And then we must always remember that the University of Namibia, like any other university, they have a council. The council is now fully in place and appointed. They have senates. I can, of course, ask for a write-up about what is transpiring, but we have a clear definition or differentiation, rather, between interference and intervention. So once I received a formal complaint from somewhere with evidence, then we can definitely step in. We also take these very serious, and the fact that the Honourable Member said that these are allegations. So I have always in the past requested that please provide us with evidence, and we will definitely look into that. So this is what I wish to state at this point, Honourable Speaker. And yes, we are always in contact. If there is a need for an investigation, it can be done. But for now, the process of the 10th of July, because I'm not aware it will continue, it will not be stopped, and then we will see what it is that will be delivered. Thank you.
Yes. Honorable Ampanda.
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker, for your generosity. I have an urgent oral to the Minister for Transport. Minister, firstly, I mean, this whole thing about e-tolls as a failed approach in Africa we were not concerned until we start seeing those speed humps. Then we realized, we cannot ignore these things. We are now hearing, Minister, that Road Authority and all these guys want to actually introduce e-tolls. this economy minister cannot afford an e-toll. Can you imagine an e-toll between Okahanja and so you forget your key at home, you are living in Osona, you must pay. You must go back and you must pay between Rehoboth. Imagine an e-toll between Oshakati and Ongwediva. So it has failed in Johannesburg, big economy that could absorb it. It has failed in Kenya and other places. So can you, Minister, really, and I know philosophically, you would not want to have a situation as your legacy to impose a huge burden on the people of Namibia. Can you just clarify that this progressive government is not busy with anything like that so that Namibians can sleep peacefully? Because they will say it's you.
Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I will speak humbly also. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Thank you very much, Honorable Mpando. First and foremost, the tolls. I've read what you are saying about the e-tolls. What I've read is from RFA, not from RA. RFA falls under a different ministry. It is finance, not under works. Number two, in terms of our constitution, policies are made by government, by the ministers. They are policy makers. Anything of that nature that is not a pronouncement of a minister is not a policy of this government. So I have not made such announcement. Finance ministers have not made that pronouncement. So there is no such a policy of government. When I was the Deputy Minister of Works and Transport, under the able leadership of Honorable Mutora, there was a study that was done about the e-tolls. And under the leadership of Mutora, visionary as he is, and caring as he is, and I carry that burden, that baton of Mutora, we have rejected that e-tolls and accepted that we are not going to accept e-tolls. So therefore, as it stands, there is no e-tolls. It is not on my tables, and be assured, we are not prepared to put up any e-tolls in the economy of Namibia. Be assured about that one. Thank you very much.
Very good. Now the time is up, honorable members. Notices of motions. Notices of motions. Honorable Karonda.
Honorable Speaker, you created expectation. I thought you would give me the floor to...
No, I have a maximum of 5 minutes to
okay,
extend. Yeah, the time lapse, I'm sorry. Yeah, notice of motions. Yes, you have the floor, Honorable Karonda.
This is becoming something.
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I move without notice in terms of Rule 124, read together with Rules 74, 1 and 6, 1, that Honorable Ambrosius Kumbwa be granted leave of absence from the 30th of June to the 2nd of July on account of sick ill health. I so move, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, please table the motion, Honorable.
Very good.
Okay.
Yes, Honorable Cooper.
Honorable Speaker, I move without notice that leave of absence be granted to Honorable Dr. Emma Kantema as from the 1st to the 3rd of July 2026 for official business in terms of Rule 124H read together with Rule 76(1)D of the Standing Rules and Orders and Internal Arrangements. I furthermore move that leave of absence be granted to Honorable Dr. Peya Mushilenga and Honorable Dr. Charles Movita from the 1st to the 9th of July 2026 as in terms of Rule 124H read together with Rule 76(1)D on official business. I so move, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, please table the motion. Honorable Somai.
Thank you, Speaker. I hereby give notice that on Tuesday, 7th July 2026, I shall move the motion that this Assembly discuss and agrees the establishment of coastal town in Kunene region. Honorable Speaker, honorable members, Namibia is divided in 14 regions. Out of 14 regions, 3 regions, Karas, Erongo, Kunene, borders with Atlantic Oceans. However, Karas and Erongo have established coastal towns. The Kunene region remains without a proclaimed coastal town. Karas region is blessed with Lutherich, founded in 1883 after German merchant Hendrik Volslang acted on behalf of Adolf Lutherich and acquired land from Nama chief late Joseph Friedrich II. The region is also home with Orangamon, established in 1936 as a private settlement during the development of mine industry under Hans Marensky. The Erongo region is blessed with several coastal towns, Walvis Bay, with a long history dating back from 1793, when it was visited and claimed by Portuguese explorer Bartolomeu Dias. Swakop was founded on 4th of August 1892 by Yemen Commissioner Kurt van Francis, while Hennis Bay was established in 1929 after Major Hendrik Hendy van der Merwe discovered fresh water. Against this historical background, it is evident that Kunene region, besides sharing coastal land with Atlantic Ocean, remains the only coastal region in Namibia without a proclaimed coastal town. I therefore submit that this House debate this matter and mandate the relevant parliamentary committee to investigate and make recommendations on the establishment of coastal town in Kunene region. The establishment of such town will promote balanced regional development, unlock economical opportunities through tourism, fisheries, trade and infrastructure development, and will create employment opportunities and improve access to government services for communities in the region. Furthermore, this initiative will help fulfill the vision of our founding father, late Dr. Samsavishwana Nauma, who advocate for balanced national development and acquire access opportunities to all regions. It will also stand a lasting achievement, demonstrating that Namibia established its own coastal town after independence was
You get to motivate your motion. Now it's just a notice. And you have 3 minutes, which is expired. Thank you. Yes, please submit the motion. Oh, okay, apparently, one moment, but he has already left his seat. Just table, Honorable Somaib. Just table, let's hear. Okay, thank you. Now, Honorable Ampanda, what point are you raising on?
If we just take our order paper on the 3rd page, page 2856, Roman V 111. It's a motion that this assembly discusses, resolve and give direction on the creation of a first city for our country, Cape Fair, in the Kunene region. Then it continues.
Page what? 2854. 56. So, by Dr. Amsanda.
Yes, there's a motion there.
Oh, okay.
It's
okay, so it means Honorable Yes, please take your seat. Yes.
Oh, is it? Well, I don't want to argue with our seniors, but it's very clear what's there. But I think maybe just for the comfort of my chairperson or PAC, we'll defer the ruling to the speaker to make a judgment on the two. Yes, well, I know they are the same.
Yes, okay, honorable members.
Just so
no
that
dialogue.
the senior doesn't.
Yes.
So we'll defer
no
to
dialogue. Thank you for pointing it to
yes,
us.
so we can
I
defer
will
to you
compare
for the
it with
ruling.
I will compare it with the motion of Honorable Somaib and I'll make a ruling. Okay, Honorable Lukato.
Honorable Speaker, Member of Parliament, today, Wednesday, 1st July 2026, I hereby give notice that on Wednesday, 8th July 2026, I shall move that this August House discuss and agrees to table the motion to identify areas, stores and market places in constituency across the country for the sale of agricultural products by communal farmers and commercial farmers. I so move, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, please table the motion. Honorable Mbula. You have the floor, Honorable Mbula.
Honorable Speaker, honorable members, good
Honorable
afternoon.
members.
I hereby move without notice that Honorable Utara Motu be granted leave of absence due to medical reasons for an extended period as it is in accordance to the Standing Rule 76, Sub-Rule 1A. I so move.
Okay, thank you. Table the motion. Honorable Hangula.
Speaker, may I?
Yes.
Honorable Speaker, road accidents continue to claim thousands of Namibian lives and leave many more with injuries and trauma. Families lose breadwinners and children lose parents. The Road Traffic and Transport Act number 22 of 1999 provides penalties for fatal traffic offenses such as hit and run, repeat offenses, reckless driving, and driving under the influence of intoxicating substances, resulting in severe injury or loss of life. However, there are concerns around incidents involving these offenses. Current penalties do not always reflect the seriousness of these offenses or provide sufficient punishments. The state has a constitutional obligation to ensure that traffic laws protect road users and that those who cause death or serious injury are held accountable to the full extent of the law. I therefore move that on Tuesday, the 7th of July 2026, this House debates the effectiveness of Namibia's current traffic laws and penalties for serious traffic offenses. To number one, review the Road Traffic and Transport Act of 1999 to increase penalties for offenses that result in death, serious injury, or significant property damage.
Yes, there is a point of order.
Maybe, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Member, I like the motion. It's just that maybe if you can converge somehow, we are on the final stage for us to amend exactly that legislation. Would it possibly be of difficulty that if you possibly do a consultation so that before, because we were planning that it go to the CCL under the Honorable Minister, we were planning to go there to take it there next week or if thereafter for it to be done. Can we possibly share with you that and you can check what you are talking about, and then we can see how we can incorporate. I think it can help us then, because we are also concerned about what he's saying, and we are already incorporating it, right? Can we maybe share with you that, and we see how we can converge, instead of us having it here, just a debate which we're already in agreement that it must be addressed.
Thank you. Thank you.
Honorable,
thank you.
Honorable Speaker,
Yes,
please protect me. Yes, Honorable Speaker, it's always a pleasure to reach consensus and to work together for national interest. So the Honorable Minister has put it on record that he will share with me, and I think that is a good proposal. And on that condition, on condition that we'll get the bill and then we can compensate with the Honorable Minister, I then accept the proposal.
Okay, so you discontinue your notice. Okay. Honorable Dhamani.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I give notice that on Thursday, 2nd July 2026, I shall move that this House, in accordance with Section 4 of the Agricultural Commercial Land Reform Act of 1995, resolve to approve the appointment of the following nominees to serve on the Land Reform Advisory Commission for a period of 3 years, effective 1st August 2026 to 30th April 2026. I so move, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Minister may table the notice.
Should I read the names?
Yes.
Ms. Cardini, Corinda, Corinne Roman. With respect, Honorable. Number 2, Ms. Genevieve Kuhanga. Number 3, Ms. Mona Lisa Nicolette McKay. Number 4, Ms. Emerlinda L. Chimune. These are all representing various regions which were considered to be lacking on the current commission. Associated. Only women, because all the other institutions nominated only men.
Yes, the minister may please table. Please table the. Honorable Venani.
The only minister to submit CVs. Yes. Make copies, please.
Honorable Speaker, on a lighter note, Mumbuto Sese Seko of Zaire had a policy of authenticity. The students of history know about that policy. And the Speaker did something very good to pronounce the surname of Honorable Dhamani like a Herero. Now, Gerard, I don't know why you that speaks this language do not write your surnames how it is supposed to be written. The surname is not Venani, Dhamani, Kandorogu. So I don't know, now you are saying Kuhanga, and you know how to pronounce it. Honorable, for the members of the House, a motion must read like this. I hereby give notice.
Very good, very good.
I hereby give notice that on the day that the Speaker decides, the year of the Lord 2026, I shall move a motion to debate the need to create research units in key government institutions to aid our national development trajectory and matters incidental thereto, to refer the matter to a relevant standing committee for investigation and report to the House. I so move. That's how you read the motion.
Yes. Very good, very good. Any ministerial statements? Yeah, Right Honorable Prime Minister. Yeah, okay, before that, Right Honorable Prime Minister, what point are you raising, Honorable?
Just raising, we now see, we made an appeal previously. It's really on a friendly matter. We made an appeal previously. We now see, and it doesn't look good, and I want really to say this humbly. You see, now the minister have indicated that tomorrow she will move a motion. And that, you will see that it's going to be appearing there on top. Yesterday I moved a motion that today, and it's not sure, it is on the last page there, the second last. I'm really just saying that let's balance it. Let's balance it and just say, motion, Honorable Prime Minister, Minister of Agriculture, Minister of Agriculture, Minister of Justice. And then we are out of 5 motions of the executive. Let there be, if out of 6 motions, Speaker, I think there will be a time where we need to deal with that young man, Amutenya. He's getting a lot of wings in this house.
What is that?
Honorable Amutenya, just insulting people on the floor.
How is this?
No, I'm just announcing what is coming for Christmas.
Honorable Ampanda.
Yes. I'm just.
It is.
Yes. Okay. No, it's fine. I'll leave it.
Okay. Okay, but Honorable Ampanda, it's also not appropriate to refer to an honorable member of the House as that young man. You know, no, even if he's younger than you, he's Honorable Amtenya. Yes. Yeah, withdraw that one. Okay. Very good. So it's withdrawn now. No, what? Oh.
Okay, good. So, Speaker, I'm saying is that when we just do the programming, just for purposes of fairness, some of these motions are coming out. That's why Honorable Somai is, because a lot of time has passed, he's passionate about Kunene. He didn't even realize there was a motion that is on Kunene submitted last year. So let's just balance. If there is going to be 5 motions from the executive, or 5 motions on the order of the day, at least 1 or 2. Yeah, because it cannot just be like we are just coming here for the executive. And when members become animated about it, people say we are disruptive. So it's just really a friendly appeal, Honorable Speaker, and Honorable Amtenya also agrees.
Yes, Honorable Member, thank you. You see, I'm happy that you use the phrase, we need to be balanced. The presiding officer has been calling upon the members to be balanced when it comes to placing issues on the order paper under routine of business. And we have now a thick order paper and a Bible for a question paper. And no one is willing to not ask a question when they want to ask a question. But to come to the point, we are in this problem because of the lack of cooperation from the members of the House. But we have now under the rules, Rule 119, it says the Secretary may arrange proceedings on the order paper in whatever order the Secretary deems fit. Then, in order to create a balance, under sub 2, it says, on Thursdays, notices of questions have precedence over notices of motions, and orders of the day and notices of motions of private members have precedence over the notices of motions and orders of the day, only on Thursday. But now under sub 1, the Secretary has that discretion, subject only to consultation with the presiding officer. So it is not possible really for the presiding officer to make a ruling directing that there should be a balance that looks like this. But as I have indicated, if someone consults the presiding officer or the secretary, and on the basis of the discretion that these two have, it is felt that an item is urgent, yes, it can be considered to be placed as an urgent item, but it's not an entitlement of any member because of this rule. But the rules are up for discussion. Honorable members, if there are issues that we want to discuss to review, then we can do that at that time. Now, honorable members, we will now break for 20 minutes and then we continue from there. We are past the break time of 3:45.
As Namibia marks 36 years of independence, the country continues to reflect on the institutions that have shaped its democracy. At the heart of Namibia's lawmaking process is the National Assembly. Since independence in 1990, Namibia had 4 speakers who have guided debates and ensured that parliament functions effectively.
To what has just passed in the last minute, I shall, without putting question, invoke Rule 52.
From Dr. Moses Chitendero, Namibia's first Speaker of Parliament, to Dr. Theo Ben Gurira.
Now, if we are going to engage in reading one another's mind as to what the intentions
who led chambers during a defining period of national debate, to Professor Peter Kashavivi, who presided over a more assertive and contested parliament.
Honorable Member, please continue with your intervention, please.
Okay, thank you.
Order. Speaker, let's have order.
And today, Sarah Kurongelwa Amadila, the current speaker, guiding the National Assembly in a new era.
In fact, that item was not supposed to be on today's order paper. The rule I cited, the rules say you don't argue with the presiding officer.
But beyond presiding over debates and maintaining order in the chamber, what exactly is the role of the Speaker of Parliament?
The Speaker has a very important role because the Speaker basically is responsible for all the processes and procedures in the National Assembly. We have two houses in Parliament. One is the National Council, the House of Review, and the proceedings are usually overseen by the chairperson, and in the National Assembly, it's the Speaker. The Speaker is as much important as you're responsible for processes and procedures to ensure that we can debate bills which then turn into acts, that you ensure that all voices are heard, that you ensure that chaos doesn't erupt, that you ensure that everybody knows and understands the role, the ruling party, the opposition parties, the secretariat, the different procedural persons that are in the August House. And you could say the Speaker actually has oversight over the National Assembly.
From guiding debate to ensuring order in the chamber, the Speaker's role requires both authority and impartiality. But beyond the theory, few understand the responsibility better than those who have sat in the Speaker's chair themselves.
It was a challenging period. I am prepared to accept to accept that, but it was also enjoyable on my part. I learned to keep on smiling, even when deep down here I'm irritated. Never show your irritation. Members, you are there you have a specific responsibility to uphold the decorum of the House, and as a Speaker, the Speaker is there to ensure that everything goes well. Now, from time to time, you have honorable members who will be out of step, and your role is simply to remind them of the rule that basically do specifically speak to that particular aspect. And it is something that is well known to most of us, that this is what we are supposed to be doing. But if someone goes out of the way to basically challenge that by not listening to the ruling of the Speaker, you still have some opportunity to persuade that member. To say to the honorable member that you, please don't do that. You still have an opportunity either to withdraw a particular remark or to apologize. It's all about our collective commitment to uphold and to respect the decorum of the House.
As the nation continues its democracy journey, the role of the speakers remains vital in shaping how the nation debates, decides, and governs itself.
From the heart of the Kavango East region, Rundu comes alive as Namibia's public enterprises unite for the 2026 Public Enterprises Games. From the 2nd to the 4th of July, colleagues become teammates, competition builds camaraderie, and sport brings us together. celebrating unity, wellness, teamwork, and excellence across Namibia's public enterprises. Join NBC as we bring you the action, the stories, and the spirit of the games. The Public Enterprises Games on your national broadcaster. NBC, it's ours.
Stay informed and inspired with the Daily Roundup with Nina, your ultimate weekday destination for the latest news, in-depth interviews, and compelling stories from Namibia and around the world. From breaking headlines and expert insights to special features that highlight impactful initiatives, we bring you everything you need to stay connected to the issues that matter the most. Don't miss it. Your news, your world, every day.
Miss the 2026 NFA Cup Finals? Catch all the biggest moments from Saturday's action as Mighty Gunners ladies, led by Liana Alwindo, lifted the NFA Cup at the expense of Kolas Nampo.
There we have it, ladies and gentlemen, Mighty Gunners!
In the men's final, UNAM left it late to sink on Dangwa outfit KK Palace to claim the club's first ever top flight silverware.
Look at that! The captain! Paula Sabutenya!
Relive all the action from the 2026 NFA Cup Finals this Thursday at 1900 hours on NBC2. Don't miss the chance to witness every goal, every celebration, and every championship moment.
It is the NBC Marathon, which is going to kick off
this August. Windhoek runs as we celebrate 35 years of broadcasting in Namibia. Legends will rise, stories will unite, and thousands of runners will take over the streets of the capital city. Join the Namibian Broadcasting Corporation Marathon on the 8th of August 2026 as we celebrate the voices, moments, and memories that have shaped a nation for 35 years. Whether you run for fitness, passion, purpose, or pride, this race is for you. Let's celebrate the NBC birthday in style. NBC Marathon 2026. Celebrating 35 years of broadcasting in Namibia.
Good afternoon and welcome to your 4 o'clock news highlights here on NBC with me, Reinhilde Ausiku. Thank you for joining us. Fuel prices are set to drop in July following months of high prices. Minister of Industries, Mines and Energy, Modestus Amtse, announced that petrol will decrease by $1 per litre, while diesel prices will fall with $4 per litre. The reduction in fuel prices is effective from midnight on Friday, the 3rd of July. The city of Windhoek has warned its residents to act now and remove any illegal electrical wiring before the September deadline. The city will begin a mass illegal electricity connection removal exercise on the 1st of September. Most illegal connections are in Ochomwise, Okuriangava, Havana, Hakahana and Korean Habdem. The city says illegal and unsafe electrical wiring has become a serious threat to life and property. The Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism has denied allegations circulating on social media that officials at Sosus Flay extorted self-drive tourists. It says such claims are unverified. According to the ministry, the anonymous post contained no names, dates, vehicle registration numbers, or other details that would allow for an investigation. The ministry also said attempts to contact the complainant were unsuccessful. The number of children deaths linked to malnutrition in the Omaheke region has dropped. The region recorded 40 deaths between April 2023 and March 2024, dropping to 19 between March 2025 and March 2026. Malnutrition mostly affects children between 6 months and 5 years. The decline in malnutrition-related deaths is attributed to targeted initiatives aimed at reducing malnutrition across the region.
In 2023, our region faced one of the most difficult realities in recent history. As leaders, we were confronted by rising cases of malnutrition. We saw the devastating impact that hunger was having on children, families, and communities. We receive reports that no leader ever wants to receive. We witness firsthand the effects of food insecurity on some of our most vulnerable citizens, the children.
In news from elsewhere, rescue teams are searching for survivors, including 3 teenagers believed to have been trapped alive following twin earthquakes that struck Venezuela. The worst affected state of La Caira has seen hundreds of coffins delivered to an improvised coastal morgue, with the government reporting around 2,000 deaths, a figure local destruction suggests may be far higher. U.S. search and rescue teams from Fairfax County have joined efforts bringing specialist equipment to cut through collapsed concrete. Families of the missing remain at the sites, refusing to abandon hope. Al Jazeera's Teresa Bo reports from La Caira, Venezuela.
Knock 3 times, say these people to those trapped underneath the rubble. As the desperate search for survivors of the twin earthquakes in Venezuela continues, rescue workers say they're getting a response from what appears to be 3 teenagers who were in this building when the earthquake struck. Anna does not want to leave the site. Her 2 sons are among them. Manuel and Kevin are still believed to be alive.
They were playing with the PlayStation with a friend. We assumed they ran to the stairs. Thank God we got some help. I can only pray.
These rescue operations can continue for hours. The only thing that continues to give the relatives hope is that the rescue workers continue to say that they can hear some type of noise from underneath the rubble. But making it to where the teenagers are is extremely difficult and dangerous.
Search and rescue teams from the United States are helping out. They have brought special gear to cut through the concrete. Gret Wood says they're doing everything they can.
Yeah, we have a box truck here coming with all of our heavy breaching and breaking equipment. We have some equipment for shoring, so if the building becomes less stable than it is right now, we can build some shores and make it more stable for us and the patients.
Mariluz de Perez Silva lost 2 sons. She has been able to recover the body of one of them, but the other remains missing.
And that ends the news highlights at this hour. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to NBC.
This is NBC1. It's ours.
Happy 35th birthday, NBC. It's ours. Every story starts somewhere. Ours began in 1991. From the very beginning, we have carried one clear purpose: to inform, to entertain, and to inspire. From our early analog days to the digital future, we continue to build. We have been part of Namibia's journey, traveling across the vast landscapes of our country, telling the stories that connect us. We have captured the moments that matter, the joy, the pain, the culture, the heritage, and the history of a brave and resilient people. Through it all, one truth has remained constant: it's ours. NBC has been the bridge between home and the world. Through our news, our programs, our voices, and our people, we bring the world closer to Namibia and take Namibia closer to the world. Everywhere, every day. This is more than a birthday. It is a story of resilience, a celebration of media freedom, democracy, and national pride. Join us as we look back on 35 years of growth, milestone, memories, and service to the nation. Happy 35th birthday, NBC. It's ours.
Are you guys ready?
Calling all performing artists. Are you a musician, MC, or cultural group ready to showcase your talent on one of Namibia's biggest stages? Then this is your moment. Audition to be part of the Miss Namibia 2026 pageant in Gobabis and join a spectacular celebration of beauty, culture, and diversity. Audition dates: Gobabis, 27th of June 2026 at the Kalahari Convention Center from 8 o'clock in the morning to 1700 hours. Ventu, on the 4th of July 2026 at the NBC headquarters, Cullinan Street, Northern Industrial, from 8 o'clock in the morning to 1400 hours. For more information, call 081 277 8624 or 081 466 1020. Miss Namibia 2026, where roots meet royalty.
What does finding your happily ever after look like? Well, is it finding the perfect prince? Here on What a Lifestyle, we are talking about finding the perfect outfit. You can catch us on NBC2 at 7:30 every Saturday for everything lifestyle related.
"36 years after independence, the meaning of freedom continues to be interpreted in various ways across Namibia. For farmers, freedom is more than an idea. It lives in responsibility, resilience, and in the daily work of the land. This Independence Day, two farmers reflect on what freedom truly means.
My naam is Joseph Daniel Loxton. Ek boer op die plaas 423 Gous, Riebof District, en ek boer met bokke, varke, skaap.
Tin omske a Serafine Kwese, Thomas Agam Smadaki Genai, Kwese Tisi Koro Tisi Ma Purutna, Itakasan Titi, Sisnuku Kauka, Idake, Opmoras Makan Amsterdaki Dio. Nepas I Hake Nuye, Belgemut, Directaye Aske, Thomasna.
Independence is vir my iets baie spesiaal. Dit is die dag wat ons land onafhanklik geword het en dat ons kan vry access het na alle fasiliteite in ons land en daar word nie gediskrimineer nie. Ons is bly om in Namibia te wees.
Tin morasa se ke tswa. Tin Einstein Einkelske. Sweet Kera Tswa. Kita tsinke kare ai una season oisinsa ke huyamka tin ande unka karakasa.
For them, independence begins with access to land and the opportunity to build a life through farming. Yet, freedom across the land is also deeply personal, shaped by sacrifice and purpose.
Insa omkanske kaise tita ngisa sibagema tikibagema koida akhase tita chin a kari khaisa gekau tita no khotha khoi china hu khaisa gekau tita titu se antina hu khasa tita sisin khasa niba asai.
Farming is iets waarvan ek hou, waarvan ek trots is, en dis iets wat my familie kan op trots is. Dis iets wat ons kan verskaf aan die breë gemeenskap. Ons kan vleis verskaf, kan groente verskaf, kan vrugte verskaf. Dit is iets wat na independence vir ons almal die geleentheid gegee het om te kan produce.
While independence did not erase all challenges in agriculture, it created new possibilities and pathways for Namibian farmers to grow and thrive.
Karib ke kai asa kita ngakin huru kari autase ti kuri matare khose ida khaima pasan chi ai klaus akhase I ti aristisa ti wana kha sinsa ma ti ina omakha ti khotha kontina huiba ma khase.
Om te boer is nie maklik. Jy kan alles hê, maar as die droogte kom, dan word jy gemaak of jy word gebreek. Droogte, ons moet voorsiening maak om kan op die einde van die dag moet ons kan self sustainable wees.
Farmers by nature look ahead. Every seed planted, every calf raised, every season prepared for is an act of belief in tomorrow.
Kais kahan ai tisa kon ngaputsi karib kakaimasa anak kapkas turun di karib kas madi karaha huai sada kan tisa kaimat si sadati hupna masisin khasiba umhat makara iyo ni tui kya sadan khouti tho seni.
My hoop is vir Namibië se agriculture gedeelte is dat ons sal opstaan en beginne iets doen en nie net wil hê nie. Ons moet opstaan en ons moet gaan en ons moet op kleiner grond moet ons gaan en meer intensief gaan boer sodat ons kan meer uit ons grond kan kry sodat ons kan dit versprei in die res van ons land.
For many, the true promise of modern-day independence lies in the hands of the next generation.
Wat ek wil
Yesterday we undertook to say the matter in Kunene region was receiving our utmost attention, and we also said that as Honorable Venani was saying, I think he also acknowledged that when SWAPO speaks, they walk the talk. And therefore I want to give feedback. I therefore want to give feedback that the line minister is on the ground in Opuo, and he has given me feedback that an agreement has been reached with the regional council, that a new acting CRO with accounting power has been appointed, and therefore is now able to sign. And by tonight or so, the civil servants, who, as we have said, were inconvenienced, will now be able to receive their salary. And once again, to underscore, as what I have said yesterday, it is in our interest, all of us, to make sure that every employee of government is afforded the opportunity, both in terms of remuneration, just as we pay the councillors, so too we must pay public servants in Kunene region, a region of Honorable Venani. So he says, but as he agrees also, it's a region where SWAPO is dominating. In terms of the investment we are making, that's a lighter note, in terms of the investment that we are making, but that is not a lighter note, it's a fact. Whether we talk about Hamaremba to Okangwati and so forth, including all the roads. So, Honorable Speaker, that was just to give that information, and I know Simply Sophie is agreeing also with me on this point. And so that is just the feedback. And the situation in Kunene region, regional council, the situation of those that were affected negatively is now normalized. And once again, our commitment is to make sure that everybody is paid, everybody is not again inconvenienced in that manner. And Munaina, once again, reassurance, this has nothing to do with politics, it's all to do with humanity. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Honorable Ampanda.
Yeah, thank you, Speaker. Thank you, Prime Minister. I think it was good to see the Minister on the ground to attend to the problems he created. Since we don't see the Minister, we could perhaps speak through you. We have said this to the Minister. We support him, but he just has this tendency. That's why some names are being labeled. He just has this tendency of him being law unto himself. And remove the Minister from the equation. I'm sure some of those questions would not have been there. A technicality would have been understood. But the masses are also seeing a common trend where you just decide, you write a letter, you say, look, this was not in terms of section so of what law, you just say, tomorrow no one is drinking water. And we cannot run a country like that. So we are very happy that that we can have differences with ministers, but when we are fighting with ministers, somebody up must intervene. It's either we are right, or we are wrong, or the minister is right, and we are wrong. So to see the minister, it shows us that, okay, maybe there are people who are in charge. Because somebody says, please go and sort out the thing there. So we are very happy to see that. Because at least we'll have hope. The reason why we will support government is not because we want anything, it's because if you fail, when we take over the country, we'll have difficulty. So be very careful, Meme. Somebody said, somebody came to me when I was mayor of Windhoek crying, wanting to help them, when they expelled me from SWAPO. So be very careful. So the future is so life changes. But the point that we are trying to make is that when we support the government, we have an interest also in government to succeed. We have an interest in government because if you fail, we will have a lot of work. I don't want to have a lot of work. I want to deal with Wi-Fi. So well done on intervening. And the minister must constantly be called to order.
Okay, Honorable
and congratulated.
Member, you are supposed to only ask a follow-up question. Honorable Mbula.
All right, Honorable Speaker, thank you so much. Honorable Prime Minister, all right, Honorable Prime Minister, thank you for the feedback, much appreciated. I've actually been an employee, of course, like most of us perhaps, in companies or organizations. Now, as much as the issue has reached the level of a minister to solve a basic human resource management issue, one would also like to remind perhaps the Honorable Minister through you, Honorable Prime Minister, that the employees course, now have been affected. You know, once your debit orders bounce back, then you are subjected to extra charges as far as $200 per reversed sort of or returned debit order. So I hope that this newly mandated acting CRO, whatever capacity he is or she is, also considers that part of the problem, the financial implication of this type of a malpractice or misapplication of a basic human resource management activity. But yeah, once again, thank you, Right Honourable Prime Minister, for that feedback.
Okay, thank you, Honourable Samael.
Thank you, Speaker, and thank you very much, Honourable Prime Minister. That's why I'm wearing Kunene, in solidarity of my people. It's good that at least the person we appointed as a minister is not doing a HR work and accounting work on the ground. But honestly, I do appreciate, but the mate is done. Only thing is, if he maybe comes one day at this house, tell him his attitude towards written accounts and local authorities is getting out of hand. Instead of solving the issue, first he was sort of calling names, UDF government of Kunene, PDM government. He is there to save the people. First, he put the problem, he put the house on fire, and then come and remedy the situation. But honestly, we do appreciate about the way forward. Let us engage instead of causing things to get out of hand. So I submit.
Yes, Honourable Kandorodo.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Prime Minister, for the feedback, the positive one. But we must refrain from this firefighting management style kind of a leadership. And the attitude of the Honorable Minister is totally uncalled for. It seems that everybody, including the President, is also afraid of Sangwaza. Because what he's doing is tantamount to human rights. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Member must be heard in silence.
Let me be heard.
Point of order. Point of order, Honourable Member. The member must also not be disrespectful.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. Honorable. Human rights actually...
So if I say it seems this is not a person, it's okay.
We need a psychiatrist.
If it's a person and I say it seems it's not a person, it's okay.
All of us were affected.
As a point of the floor to make a point of order.
Speaker, I don't find it correct.
You don't say anything.
Even if I look at it from all angles, that we should be discussing a persona who is not present to defend his or her position in the face of the onslaught that lingers very close to character assassination. So I would like us to please refrain and wait until he gets back here and we can have this conversation.
Yeah.
Honourable members, can we just raise our issues without being personal to someone?
Yes.
Wait for him to come here and ask him.
And his absence in Parliament is very critical. And I don't know who's the supervisor of the minister. Everyone is in Parliament, but Honorable Sangwaza is never in Parliament. is completely unfair. We cannot pose questions related to his ministries. We can't do it with the deputy ministers. We can't do it. There are a lot of issues, underlying factors within urban and rural development ministry. We can't pose. Why all other ministers are here? Why are they responding to issues of our societies that are affecting the nation? But he himself, the only one, decided to boycott parliament and stay home. And cut water, cut salary, cut everything.
Honorable Honorable Veta Kandorobu,
Speaker,
you are out of Honorable Member, you are out of order now because you asked on the floor to ask a question to the Right Honorable Prime Minister concerning a ministerial statement that the Right Honorable Prime Minister made. Now, your comments are not only at variance with the provisions of the rules, they are actually not even speaking to what the Prime Minister addressed. Okay. Yeah, very good. Now, Honorable Matundu.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Members, Honorable PM, thank you for the update. And we are really thanking the government for what they have done, the caring government, because we always say that if the government is paying the councillors, why should they not pay the employees? When things are wrong, let's accept. The Council of Kunene region, it's very happy. They have shaken hands with their minister. Everybody in the region is happy that this matter is brought at least to an end. We cannot just come here and now try to politicize, and I have been saying this, that let's not politicize this matter. Who is affected, it's people, not just trees. But thank you very, very much that at least now we will have an acting CRO in the region who will be acting until the position is filled or within the required period. Thank you very much, and I applaud the government.
Thank you. Honorable Eiku, the last one.
Thank you so much.
Honorable Enani.
Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Member.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Yeah, Honorable Member.
Speaker, you are not protecting me.
I am protecting Honorable Eiku from Honorable Venani there.
Yes, thank you so much, Speaker, and I'd like to thank the Prime Minister for his ministerial statement. However, Prime Minister, under the context of business unusual, we must be very careful to create problems, solve the problem, and then boast as if we have achieved something. So we must be very careful. So I'd just like to caution the Prime Minister to under the context again of business unusual, to make sure that the government looks at it.
Yes, Honorable Chair. No, you asked.
Thank you, Speaker. Thank you very much. First, let me applaud the leadership. Yeah, no problem. Let me first applaud the leadership. I think leadership is not about beauty contest, but about dealing with issues. And as a first-hand leader who was in the region when this problem started, we would never shift blame to who. Those that have not known or are not party to it would always, just like soccer, sit on a pavilion and have a lot of comments. But these are administrative issues that I believe should not be allowed to happen in a manner it had happened. And we must applaud all the leaders, whether it's the current regional councillors who are there, all of them, irrespective of their political party, and the two ministers, the minister and the deputy, who went to solve this problem amicably. And we must, all of us, whether you are a leader of the party that is there or the leader of a party that's not there, not allow situations of this nature to happen. It will be very childish of me to go into what has happened, because I know firsthand what has happened. Honorable Somaib sitting there knows, and for me now, it is really a relief, because behind the scenes, we are also discussing these issues because it affects the livelihood of people. And I wouldn't want to have to look for an avenue where we look for applause, but what I can say, Honorable Prime Minister and the Minister of Urban, Honorable James Sankwasa, is that the people of Kunene are fully behind the government of Namibia and the regional council and all their local authorities. They are looking for service, they are not looking for politics. They do not care about politics because politics has its cycle and it's after every 5 years. So as also an inhabitant of that region, I'm very happy that this situation has been resolved because we have been denied services. And this, I speak from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much, Honorable Prime Minister.
Thank you. The last one, Honorable Venani. Honorable members, please, no statements. We are acquiring the information that was shared.
Honorable, I think it's important to make to say the following, right, Honorable Prime Minister, that we are busy with nation building. And in the quest of building that nation, Namibia, a lot of mistakes would be done as we are building this country. But we should never allow our political differences to intrude in the level of the way that we govern our people. I thank you to have played that part to try to resolve a self-created problem. Let's maintain the rule of law. Let's maintain maturity in our differences. When Honorable Shea was a governor, he was a young man, very young. I had to instruct him that that young man is the governor. He shall be respected. He shall not be called Bokanashi. He is the governor. Same with the governor that is there. We are doing work to protect the value of governance, to build one country. We would not want to have, because we are running a region, therefore we don't respect the central government. Nor do we want to expect from you, and this is my plea, and finally, Speaker, I see it so often from many of your ministers. You are officiating at an event in Kunene, you are not recognizing a regional councillor just because he's not from your party. We should not do those things. So, Honorable Sophia Janigwa is Secretary General of SWAPO. Wherever she is, my respect to her as a leader who leads the largest government shall, and vice versa. That is what we must do. One country, one Namibia, our differences must not be bigger, and that is what we want to see in this country.
Yes, thank you. Right Honorable Prime Minister.
I think, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Members, I do not have much to say. I think everything has been emphasized. Even yesterday, we said the same thing. Today is the same thing. I know there are fellow young people here, including Honorable Venani. There was a time when we were all young. I remember Comrade Pohamba, even the founding president, they used to say, you see, the war has been won. We fought the war, it is done. So our war is economic independence, and that is nation building. And therefore, there is no difference really, and that is what I was trying to emphasize yesterday, Honorable President, with a small, that one, is to say, in the service of our people, we are all the same. Political parties, we park those differences, and let's give service to our people irrespective of their political affiliations. And that certainly, as you have heard from our president, is to say she doesn't want to lead a nation that is divided. And what we want is unity. So I echo my honorable brother here. He said that he's president in Kunene. I'll come. Well, thank you for that correction. In fact, that's the correction I was trying to say. So let us continue to work together, honorable members, not only outside, but also inside this August House. And I think that's the spirit that Honorable Venani is saying. And I know Honorable Ims Nashinge also agrees. And I know the Chief Whip of IPC agrees. Chief Whip of AR also agrees. And the Chief Whips of all other parties, they also agree that one Namibia, one nation is better than a divided nation. So I think there we are all agreed, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you.
And we also are agreed that we must respect the Speaker.
Yes, thank you.
I hope so.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you,
Right
Honorable Speaker. So.
Yes, yes. Honorable members, the Right Honorable Prime Minister has now responded. We cannot continue with discussing the financial and the statement. Honorable Amkoto, point of privilege, okay.
Speaker. Yeah, thank you, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Prime Minister. I rise on point of privilege, but regarding question 413. Yes, it's.
You'll explain.
I will explain. 413. No. Regarding the same issue that you were explaining now. 413. Wait. Wait. Honorable Speaker, I asked this question on the 5th of March, 2026. But this is the same question that the Prime Minister has just addressed now. So I think in future, we need also sometimes to appreciate, because when I was asking this question, Honorable Nekundi was stopping me saying this is not true. But now today, Honorable Prime Minister have addressed this question just today. And if you look at question number 3, there was implication of financial implication that I have stated. But now today you have admitted. So I will just bring to your attention, Honorable.
Yeah. Thank you, Honorable Member. Practically, Honorable Member, maybe by divine intervention, we all didn't see this question to be able to say that the statement of the Prime Minister was going to be anticipation because the question is on the order paper. But I think what this reveals really is how the bulkiness of our questions is making it impossible for us to respond to important national matters. And I hope that we will find a way to prioritize the answering of these questions instead of continuing to post new questions to a point that we even forget the questions that are on the question paper. So I hope that you have an opportunity to discuss that issue. Now, honorable members, I want to remind us that it's 2:05 and we are only on routine of business. I was only beginning to feel better when the Prime Minister said there is a commitment to also support and respect the Speaker. But every day the Speaker is ignored when she tries to enforce the order book. And we come here every day to just do routine of business. And we cannot even arrive at the order paper. But each political party has a chief whip, and that chief whip is actually paid for being a chief whip. Yes, that is true. They receive a special remuneration. Sometimes we have no attendance. Sometimes there is no compliance with the rules. It's just a commotion in Parliament every day. And truly, it's very disappointing. Yeah. So, Honorable Nashinge asked for the floor, and he has the floor.
Yeah.
Although he was speaking out of 10 as usual from his seat. But he now has the floor. At least he can speak with the floor.
Yes, point of privilege, Honorable Speaker. One, I just wanted to
also assist you on what you mentioned earlier,
No, you never
that we need to find a solution
You're always fighting.
to this. And perhaps just to remind you that there was a motion last year tabled by Honorable John Law which was really proposing a solution how best we should move forward. Perhaps if you
It was
could
not an appropriate
move that motion from the back, from the back to the first page, perhaps we can have a conversation and discuss and find that solution. The second one, Honorable Speaker, that is the one. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Honorable Member, there was a request to extend the hours in order to allow us to ask questions. But there was also a concern indicated that we cannot come to Parliament, ask 10 questions, and then we extend the hours to answer 5 questions. We are not going to finish answering the questions. We should just comply with the rules and ask urgent oral questions when we ask questions, we ask issues that are not queried, and we don't make statements when we are asking questions. Otherwise, we will have to look at another way. If we have this approach of it's my way or no other person's way, whenever a proposal is made, it's no, it is only accepted if I make it. It's not going to take us anywhere. So, honorable members, I will no longer now consider any point of procedures because truly it's 2-5. And now I'll proceed to reports from the Committee of the Whole Assembly and consequential proceedings. Then orders of the day. The Secretary will read the first order of the day.
Resumption of the debate on the consideration and approval of the nomination of Dr. Hersen Sindano for appointment as chairperson and Dr. Emerentia Leonard as well as Ms. Julieta Diva Ferreira as members of the Electoral Commission of Namibia.
Yes. When this assembly adjourned on Thursday, 30th of June, 2026, the question before the assembly was a motion by Honorable Shifeta that the motion be approved. Any further discussions? Honorable Nashinge.
And the motion that the Honorable Prime Minister brought to the National Assembly on the appointment of the Dr. Sindano as the... No, Honorable Shifeta, sorry. There is something that I need to deal with the Prime Minister, so hence it's a priority in my mind. Honorable Speaker, the ECN is our baby, all of us. And whatever happens there, we all have equal rights. More so as political parties, we have the equal rights and ownership as stakeholders. And when issues of ECN comes here, it should not be issues of the ruling party alone, but all of us as a collective on behalf, and the decision that we end up taking should be in the best interest of our people. The 2024 was the worst moment for our small nation, a nation that has been inspiring many countries in the continent. And all that happened because of those that were entrusted to run that institution, including Dr. Sindano. Now, my issue now here is that Dr. Sindano was appointed on the 9th or the 10th of August 2022, and his term is coming to an end next year, June. So I just wanted to understand, perhaps Honorable Shifeta can direct me or refer me to the legal provision, because some of the honorable members yesterday read to us what the Constitution says. And I don't think I should repeat that. Perhaps Honorable Shifeta could just refer us to the provision, the legal provision that says a member of that commission whose term is coming to an end very soon can be appointed as a chairperson of the ECN, provided, knowing very well that you are first a commissioner before a chairperson. Now, and the law is saying these people are going to be appointed for 5 years, full-time, the chairperson, full-time. Now, if you are appointing him until June next year, what is going to happen to the remainder of the full term that should be 5 years? It doesn't make sense. The other thing is also the Constitution is saying that that institution shall be independent, transparent, and impartial. We all know this good doctor was on the payroll of SWAPO party and a PA to the former Secretary General, Onabumbumba. So, how do we make sure that he passed that impartiality? Did he denounce, perhaps? Are you done, Prime Minister? Yeah. So I also want to find out if the good doctor has denounced his membership of the SWAPO party, because at ECN you must be impartial. Whose interest is he going to serve once he is given this role, knowing very well where we are coming from? And we are human. And I think it is really just fair for us to agree right now as a collective and say, we are human, yes, but the good doctor is not a suitable individual to serve. Given the fact that where we are coming from, a lot had happened. Our reputation as a country, the reputation and the health.
Point of order, Speaker.
Yes, point of order.
Yeah. So Speaker, really there was an undertaking that you made yesterday with regards to the recommendation of the President and this unending, unresolved argument about the records. I'm still, and the Secretariat, for some reason, they also did not put that, the Speaker, even that undertaking is not in the minute. I'm still unable to contribute, Speaker. I'm still unable to contribute, Speaker. I don't have the record, I don't have the promised undertaking, and I have a difficulty. I want really to contribute, but I really have a difficulty in contributing to the rumor, and the rumor that this is what the President has recommended. So, and I know we were in standing rules the whole day. It was extended until 1:30. The Speaker didn't even have lunch. So it might be possible that the Speaker did not get an opportunity to look at that aspect. But I really I'm itching to contribute. But I have absolutely nothing to contribute, Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Ampanda, first I want to say that what I undertook to share was the contents of the communications that were sent to me by Her Excellency the President in regard to the members, to the ECN that she has appointed that are to be approved by the Assembly, and the person she has appointed as chairperson that is to be approved also by the Assembly. And yes, I have not brought that. I have asked the team to make sure that I get the summary that I have worked out. It's not yet here at the desk, but once I have it, I can share that communication. But I want to say that I do that simply because I see that there is no harm in doing it. I am concerned that a member of parliament would decide that they would, how do I say, abstain from participating in the discussions in parliament because a proposal made by the head of state, which the law does not prescribe the form in which it is to be brought to this house, is not brought in a form that that individual member prefers. because that also can set a very dangerous precedence. So we cannot say, you know, if the president is to appoint someone, we will demand to see the communication that was sent by the president to this person who comes to deliver this information here, if that is not stipulated under the law, because it just creates a precedence that will be difficult to uphold. That is why I indicated that I have received the letters, but I am not compelled to distribute letters that are written to me by the president. I only feel obliged to share the information that is shared with me to be conveyed to the assembly. In that part, I am still committed to. Once this information comes, I would share that. With regards to the records of the selection committee, I have made it very clear the selection committee is not a unit in the secretariat. They don't report to the speaker, and the secretary of the assembly, in performing her duties as a secretary of the selection committee, is not under direction and control of the speaker. So these records of the selection committee can only be sought from the selection committee. And somebody, one honorable member, even made a proposal that if a committee of parliament decides that they wish to get documents or information from any structure, they are empowered under the rules to get that information. So I think I have clarified that issue.
Yeah, so no, the speaker is not to hold anyone at ransom. It's just, I'm just following up on an undertaking that has been made. The problem is also, we must put the matter to rest. If, and you could see that I've raised the member who's on the phone.
Honorable members.
Yes, so
honorable members, that calling members to order is a responsibility of the presiding officer.
I apologize.
And what is concerning to me, honorable members, is this. There are some members that can violate the rules beyond the imagination of a person. Yeah? They violate the rule beyond what you think a person can possibly do. But the moment they see another person not being 100% compliant, they are the first ones to call out the non-compliance. Charity starts at home. So what I hear these members saying is, it is important for us to comply with the rules. And I will say to them, yes, I agree, and please be the agent of the change that you want to see. Yeah? Charity starts at home.
I apologize, Honorable Speaker.
Very good.
I apologize. So what I'm saying is just that is one, and two, is really that the context of yesterday is that one member said they have access to the record. So maybe for us to put this matter to rest, we must just say, and so that we can put an end to it. Because they are not recognizing even the Speaker's ruling. Even what you are saying now, Speaker, you will not find it in the minutes tomorrow. So we just want to...
You don't know that. You don't know how the minutes will look like tomorrow.
Because you said the same thing yesterday, they didn't record your
No,
decision.
you said it yourself. You said what I said was not recorded.
Okay. Why are you shouting at the Speaker? So Speaker, what I'm saying is that there was a member who's saying they've seen record. And I simply just said, I want to be in the same position with that member. So if it's not possible, I must be told that it is not possible so that we can put an end to it.
But I have already made the ruling on it, honorable
Okay.
members. So I think
Secretary,
that what
please.
is going on here
Yes.
is a discussion of the ruling of the presiding officer,
Yes.
which is contrary to the rules.
It must, no, Speaker. The ruling of the Speaker must just be, Secretary, I hope you are listening to what the Speaker is saying, so that we can put this matter to an end.
Yeah. No, Honorable Ampanda, let me assist you. Let me assist you, Honorable Ampanda.
Okay.
Just take your seat. Honorable Ampanda, you are in this chamber. You raise a query, the presiding officer responds to the query you make and makes a ruling. You cannot say the ruling has not been made because you didn't see it in the records the next day. It was not appearing in the records. You can't say that, honorable member. So I have made a ruling in this house, and that ruling is to say that when a structure of parliament, the assembly or a committee of the assembly, is of the view that in order for them to deal with a matter, they need records that are records of a public body, then that parliament, the assembly or a committee of parliament, can require that structure in terms of the governing framework to avail the records. But what cannot be done, what I cannot enforce, I have indicated, is a situation where somebody would say, so-so say they have a record of that institution and that so-so must be made to share that record with me. There is no rule that mandates or empowers me to do that. I have said, and I will not be able to do that. And then a member took the floor and said, actually, at a committee, because what we need to understand is also that the powers of the assembly is vested in the assembly. It is not vested in individual members of the assembly, but the assembly can delegate committees. So a committee of parliament can exercise a power of parliament, but an individual member of parliament cannot just go and compel people unless if they are occupying a specific position that is also delegated a power to exercise. Just like our rules would say, parliament has immunity, and the speaker is the custodian of that immunity. So the speaker will be able to say to a police officer, no, you cannot arrest a person on the ground, but it cannot be done by another person who is not given that power. That's the point that I'm making. So I'm unable really to say a member wants a record from another member and then say to that member, give the record to the other person. No, there is no basis in the rules for me to say that. Yeah, so the matter, colleagues, really is resolved. I have ruled there. The only thing that remains is for me to summarize, which I have indicated already in any case, but because now the members want the summary that I have promised, that summary, when it is available to me, I would share it. The Honorable Nashinge can continue.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I thought I had said something wrong in my contribution, but let's continue. So I was saying, as elected honorable members of this House, representative of the people, and all of us through our political parties, we have a very serious obligation to direct this country into a progressive direction. And all the decisions that we are making, we must make sure that are decisions that will not make us regret, even when we are deep into our graves. ECN cannot be treated like we are treating Honorable Steenkamp and the children are treating NYC, where you are saying it's only SWAPO youth. So it's an example. NYC is in crisis. It has collapsed because you went there saying only SWAPO youth league leaders or representatives that should be at the helm of the institution. It's a fact. It's a fact. Who? Me. You. I think you didn't get me right. Speaker, allow me to finish.
The minister doesn't shout.
So for ECN, let us treat it with care. The Dr. Sindano we are talking about here is not a stranger to me. We have worked together during the preparations for 2024 elections. And he may have some level of qualification as an intellectual, but I don't believe he has sufficient qualification to lead the institution as chairperson, given the experience that I have experienced with him as a member of that commission. We went to South Africa, Honorable Nekundi was there, and a lot of things had happened. Now we are now saying, through the President of the Republic, we want this one. And Honorable Prime Minister yesterday said...
Yes, Honorable Nekundi, point of on what point are you raising?
Just want to find out whether the rules cannot be violated to call other members by their names without the proper framework of the rules.
Whose name was called out?
He said Nekundi, just say Nekundi, whether that can be said. In our vernacular, we say Turamo Mongwa, please.
Yes, honorable members are to be referred to by the titles.
I apologize. You regret being there, even though you were sanctioned by your your General Secretary, Ms. Sophia, to go and represent her. Now you regret you were there. I was just referring to the fact that you were there in South Africa during the process of printing the ballot papers. If you regret, I apologize, but I will not withdraw. So, Prime Minister yesterday said...
Honorable Nashinge, the point was that you referred to him just by his name, not by the title that is provided.
I said Honorable Nekundi. Are we having hearing problems? I said Honorable Nekundi.
Okay, I will take you for your word because I didn't hear you.
Right Honorable Prime Minister yesterday, also perhaps you can take us through. You said there were interviews this year of these commissioners. We have seen them. We are now just trying to delay the process. But are you saying, right Honorable Prime Minister, that Dr. Sindano was interviewed as a future chairperson of ECN? Is that what you are saying, that he was interviewed as a nominated individual by the President? Perhaps you could just clarify, because that's what you said yesterday. So, in conclusion, Honorable Speaker, in conclusion, Honorable Speaker, the other one also that I questioned yesterday, this type of event...
Yeah, you have 15 minutes. Yes, 15 minutes.
Please, Speaker, am I protected? Am I protected?
Your time is up, Honorable.
How can you stand me up if he's...
How? You interrupted my time and all that. So, but can I conclude?
You have 10 minutes.
You have 10
minutes. You have 10 minutes. Leader of official opposition. You have 10 minutes.
So what is the time that first Honorable Ampanda is out of order? Secondly, where are the 10 minutes that are still remaining? No. Which part of the 10 minutes is still there unutilized? The thing is red.
Can I conclude? But did you really make sure that you took care of my time?
Member, just round up.
Given the interruption. Yeah. So one more thing, Honorable Speaker. I think as we move forward, some serious items like this one, we need to take them serious. Now, the nominated or the preferred individual by the President, the names were brought here, but we were not even given CVs of these members of the society. We are being told the documents are on Telegram, but other documents, you bring them here. Why can't we maintain that consistency? So that others, for me at least, I know who you want to impose on us, but what about the rest of us? So I think let us also table office and yourself, Honorable Speaker, to really treat some of these issues with a high level of seriousness, so that you continue building on that confidence. But Prime Minister, as I conclude, to be honest, let us be genuine, let us be patriotic enough towards this country. Even in your office, the PA and everyone that you have, you make sure that you went for those that are accumulated enough. And I will do the same as well, that I cannot have somebody in my office assisting me who's not patriotic enough. But you want to give us somebody who's a SWAPO member, card-carrying member, to run ECN.
Yeah.
ECN that is for all of us.
Someone who has never run an institution.
So whose interest is he going to run? Your interest or our interest? Please think about it. For the honorable members who were in Tanzania and they came back different, please, we can pray for you. Thank you very much.
Yes, Honorable Eku.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. So, thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. So, President Kenkop may his soul rest in peace, said, and I quote, "You will miss me when I'm gone," former president says. President Keinkop was a champion of democracy. President Keinkop respected institutions, respected systems, and respected processes. When, Honorable Speaker, we manage elections in the interest of the stability of the country, it becomes very important and therefore ultra crucial that we do it with the most or highest sense of responsibility. If we look at the Electoral Commission of Namibia and how the 2024 election was managed, and how the subsequent election for regional and local authorities were managed, it is a disgrace how the Electoral Commission decides to undermine a legitimate, transparent election process that needs to take place. Allow me to highlight one or two issues that I have picked up as we were working together with our lawyers on the electoral case. One of the first things that took place in the 2025 elections were that we as the Landless People's Movement had received a certificate to say, this is from the Electoral Commission, that we can participate in the local authority elections. In the meantime, the same Electoral Commission says that the ballot papers are printed and we are not on those ballot papers. That, for me, was a very, very striking thing that the ECN has done in terms of how they manage the election. Second thing they've done is they've deliberately blocked us from registering in certain local authority areas. These include, I'm not laughing, I'm serious. These include Beersheba, these include Gibeon, these include Tes, this includes Kalkrant, Stampriet, and many others.
Yeah.
Where our strongholds are. Electoral Commission, under the commissioners.
Yes, honorable member.
So, Speaker. So,
that's
the Electoral Commission...
That's a problem that I have with some
No. The Electoral Commission has commissioners.
Can you believe that? No.
Commission has
so
commissioners.
A member is telling the presiding officer, no. When the presiding officer wants to write.
Speaker, you are disrupting my statement. So, Electoral Commission gives voters
That is the height
cards.
of disregard for the presiding officer.
Electoral Commission gives voters cards to members on our candidate list.
You are out of order.
The same Electoral Commission says that those members are not on the voters' roll, but they are in possession of voters' cards. How does the Electoral Commission handle an election, and how should we trust these new candidates still to go and take charge of a system that is already compromised and destroyed to the core? We cannot trust the Electoral Commission to run elections in a free, fair, and transparent manner. We cannot. Even if the best angel becomes a commissioner as chairperson, they will still not change the way the elections are run in this country. We have a responsibility to ensure that we manage elections, simply because we manage, as President Keinkop said, systems, processes, and institutions. And our institutions must be managed in a very, very responsible manner.
Including the sittings of the Assembly.
You are correct.
Including your misbehavior towards the presiding
Including everything that takes place
you
here.
You are completely out of order.
So, Honorable Speaker, I am not happy, and we are not happy, and we reject the election outcome of 2024. We reject the election outcome of 2025.
Why are you here?
And we don't regard this election as having been free.
Why are you here? Why are you here?
Why am I here?
Yes.
Why am I here?
This is the house of elected leaders.
Speaker,
you are out of order.
You see, when you manage a system, You must be impartial.
Time is up.
And you must be responsible.
You are out of order. You are being disrespectful.
No, Speaker.
Now
I'm
take
not out
a
of
seat.
order.
Your time is up.
I'm not out of order. My time is not
Your
up.
time is up. Your
Speaker, my time is not up.
Your time is up.
My time is not up.
Now
So
you are
we
just
reject-
going out.
we
Now the
reject-
next person is Honorable Bush. Honorable member, take your seat. Your time is up. You can reject all you want. The court has declared it free and fair. Now take your seat. You are out of order. Okay, take your seat. 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 You are out of order. Yeah. Nah, that is just a violation of the rules. That's not a stand. Honorable Bush, you have the floor. You are out of order.
Honorable Speaker, honorable members. Honorable Speaker, honorable members, the Electoral Commission of Namibia is one of the most important constitutional institutions in our democracy. Its legitimacy depends not only on the caliber of its commissioners, but also the integrity of the process through which they are appointed. It is therefore important, Honorable Speaker, honorable members, that we thoroughly deal with the motion that is before us. The Electoral Act does not permit arbitrary appointments. Before any appointment reaches the President or Parliament, candidates undergo an independent selection process. A selection committee, in conformity and in line with the Electoral Act, Section 5 of the Electoral Act, articulates how that process is defined and who constitutes that selection committee. And it's important to note that in terms of Section 5 of the Electoral Act, the Public Service Commission, the chairperson of the Public Service Commission constitutes a part of that committee, the chairperson of the Council of the Law Society, the chairman of the Public Accounts and Auditors Board, the registrar of the High Court, the director of the NQA, all form parts of that selection committee. The President recommends for approval only from that shortlist after the shortlisted candidates have been identified by this committee. The process deliberately introduces checks and balances to safeguard the Commission's independence and ensure that merit, competence, and integrity remain primary consideration. This demonstrates that the appointment of commissioners is not a political exercise. It is a structured process involving independent constitutional and legal institutions that exist precisely to prevent undue political influence. Honorable Speaker, honorable members, we must be careful not to transform what is fundamentally a governance and human resource process into something else. If there is evidence that the law was not followed, this House must interrogate it. However, where the prescribed process has been complied with, we should and must respect the institutional safeguards established by Parliament itself. This principle extends beyond the Electoral Commission. Across our state-owned enterprises and independent public institutions, legislation provides for appointment procedures, independent panels, qualification requirements, and accountability mechanisms. These safeguards exist because our institutions must be protected from unnecessary political interference while remaining accountable to the law. The question before us, therefore, is not whether every member personally knows or prefers a nominee. The question is whether the legal process has been followed and whether the nominees possess the competence, integrity, and experience required to discharge their constitutional responsibilities. If we undermine every appointment that emerges from a lawful and independent process simply because of political opinions that may differ, we risk weakening the very institutions we are entrusted to protect. For these reasons, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, I support the recommendations by Her Excellency the President and urge this House to approve the appointments, thereby affirming both the integrity of the process and the continued independence and stability of the Electoral Commission of Namibia. I thank you.
Honorable Antenia.
Now, Honorable Speaker, I also want to contribute to this discussion. But from the onset, Honorable Speaker, I must state that the debate before the House is not about the law, but I see it's purely politics. Because there are some members in this House, yes, there are some members in this House who have raped. There's nothing wrong.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong.
There's nothing wrong.
No, there's nothing wrong.
Stop the time, Speaker.
Stop my time, my 4 minutes.
You see, I don't respect the Speaker today. I respect her when she was young. So the respect is all our life. It's not a new thing. Respect to me is just a natural thing. To respect everybody. Whether you are rich, you are poor, you have a minister, not a minister, you have my respect. Anyone. But these young people cannot lecture us on election while they cannot run NYC election. By people. You can't even run NYC.
No. Senior. We are all equal members. We are all equal members of Parliament.
We can't be lectured by you. You cannot run Swakomun. You cannot run Swakomun. You want to run the country.
Also that the seniors must give time to the juniors to also get an opportunity. We cannot be...
We built NYC. You are killing it.
Yes,
Honorable
Speaker, we cannot be here in this House
and
be placed
by you.
In the corner by the seniors who are also supposed to give an opportunity to the juniors to take care of. No. So, Honorable Speaker, the President has done exactly what the Constitution and the Electoral Commission Act require her to do.
Like chaos, ne?
The law is very clear, Honorable Speaker.
In chaos.
Honorable Speaker, the recruitment process, Honorable Speaker, the recruitment process did not start with the President. It started with the selection committee that is established under the Electoral Commission Act, that is Act number 5 of 2014. That the selection committee advertised the vacancies publicly. That was done. It invited applicants publicly. It also interviewed candidates publicly. And those interviews were conducted in full views of the Namibian people and also the media, including the civil society. Even members of this House, Honorable Speaker, why this thing?
There is a point of order.
What is wrong?
Honorable Speaker, our children are watching.
Yes.
The law.
Yes.
That we are talking about, there is no law called Electoral Commission Act in Namibia.
So it's not the election.
The law, and it's very important, our children must know that Namibia does not have Electoral Commission Act. So young people must not be misled. The only act that exists is the Electoral Act number 5 of 2014.
It's a debate, Speaker, please.
So it cannot be, it cannot be, that's one. Number two is that, we must check our thing. Number two, when we are saying that the appointment is done in terms of a constitution, we must not mislead the House. The Constitution does not make a provision for anybody to be appointed as chairperson for the remainder of their term. The Constitution only speaks about 5 years. So let's not mislead the House.
Honorable Speaker,
just continue.
Honorable members.
There is a difference between this House and the lecture hall.
People cannot make...
So those interviews, Honorable Speaker, I want to continue.
Yes.
Because those interviews that I'm referring to here were conducted in full view of the Namibian people.
Yes.
The media was there, including the civil society.
Yes.
Even members of this House, Honorable Speaker, being full members of the public, were invited to observe and participate in that process, as provided for in the Act. That is this very same House has passed. So nothing was hidden, nothing was done behind closed doors, nothing was done in secrecy. So, Honorable Speaker,
please, Honorable
Honorable Speaker, where were these objections when the selection committee was carrying out its work in full public view?
Yes.
Why are you only questioning the process now, that when the president has exercised the constitutional obligations? Why only now? So, Honorable Speaker, some members now demand that the production of score sheets, the interview records,
Honorable member,
Honorable Speaker, I want to be protected so
Yes,
that I do my
Honorable
work.
member.
Why am I being protected throughout here?
Yesterday, this was the last we also wanted point of order.
No.
It was not
Honorable members, honorable members, can I please have your attention? I want to say the point of order or point of privilege or whatever must comply with the rules. You must not make a point to argue with a point that was made by a member.
Yes.
You make a point to draw the attention of the House to a violation of the rule. Yeah, so that you have a floor to do that.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I just want to implore and to protect our colleague that we should.
From who? That's it, protection.
The honorable member is saying there were interviews. Perhaps could you please direct us in the law where it speaks about interviews?
That's just a question to interrupt the
Honorable Speaker, I want to address the aspect of some members that are demanding for production of score sheets, interviews, records, and internal deliberations. Because I want to understand the legal basis of that. I want to understand the section of the Constitution or the provision in the Electoral Commission Act that informs that we must have those documents. There is none and there is nothing. The law requires a transparent recruitment process, and that process was very transparent. The selection committee evaluates candidates independently and submit recommendations to the president. The president then exercised her constitutional mandate, and that is exactly what happened. Nothing more, nothing less. So, Honorable Speaker, I also want to tackle the issue of members that are indicating that only 5 commissioners should be appointed together for, which is tacked together for 5 years. Honorable Speaker, I want to refer to this, to the honorable members in this House on Act number, Electoral Commission Act of 2014, section.
Please just ask for the floor. You take the floor and you respond. Yes, please.
The section 6, subsection 22, and I want to read it. In the event that there exists a vacancy on the commission and on the process of appointing one or more commissioners is required, this section applies with the necessary changes, and the selection committee is entitled to determine the number of suitable candidates for recommendation to the president. And it's exactly what has happened, because the vacancies have obviously occurred. So, Honorable Speaker, because my time is now, the president have acted within the Constitution. The president have acted within the Electoral Commission Act. The selection committee has fulfilled its mandate. The recruitment process was transparent. The interviews were open. The public witnessed the process. And the media covered the whole process. Therefore, the nomination before us is therefore lawful, constitutional, and procedurally sound. I therefore support the 3 candidates for the appointment that were done by the President. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Chair, You have to apologize.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Speaker, it is a bit disturbing. As I start my debate, it is disturbing that as members of parliament who are supposed to uphold the law of this republic and the constitution, that we are then entrusted by Namibians to come and enact laws, protect laws, and amend laws, are the same people who are trying to play funny with the same provisions that are within the Constitution. Playing funny is an English word. You can look for a dictionary. It's part of the debate language. That Constitution, yes, it's doctor's description. They are allowed. The same Constitution that we are always being lectured about here, under Article 60, under Article 94B, sub-article 3, I didn't ask whether you read, is the one that gives provision to the president to appoint with the approval of parliament. Now, Speaker, every time Namibians' characters that are brought here, names, are being questioned, not in a professional manner. And what is very funny for me as a politician, even if it is a political house, is that we speak about democracy when it favors us, and we don't speak about it when it doesn't favor us. One of the senior members in this house earlier said he has won a region where he has the majority of councillors. Through the same institution, ECN, that today we are questioning credibility. Then, no, I didn't mention Speaker, my time, Speaker, can my 2 minutes be 10 seconds be added back?
Yeah.
Speaker, also what I find very funny is when somebody says a particular candidate or a nominee carries a card of a certain political party. Yet, myself speaking, my predecessor at the youth league level sits on the other side. The same man who was trained by SWAPO today is trusted by another party to lead them as a leader of the official opposition. What qualifies him different from other members who are also card-carrying members of the Now, Speaker, then what is also very funny is when a member accepts that he sits here because of a process in ECN that went through ECN, yet says ECN is not credible. Then it means that member seat is also not credible sitting here. So I think from my side, Speaker, as a Namibian, a law-abiding citizen, a lawmaker that has been sworn in this August House, I must, Speaker, be able to motivate through debate any angle why I wouldn't want a candidate, but I shouldn't call credibility of an institution into question just because I don't like the individual or I have a certain bias understanding of the individual.
Point of order.
That guy didn't even understand my English, Speaker. What is the point? Okay, Michael, what is...
That guy did very good. Honorable Speaker, thank you very much.
You are the newest member.
Honorable Speaker, when the Namibian people, through this parliament, are questioning the impartiality test of the doctor in question, is because we have not seen anywhere where he denounced his membership in SWAPO. Now, the leader of opposition being referred to, I believe we have all seen back in the days when he has voluntarily tendered his resignation.
Yeah, he's debating.
No, nobody is saying you cannot belong here and there. All that we are saying is one has denounced their association with SWAPO. This one did not, is still a carrying. And
you are debating.
Michael,
you cannot debate on a point of order.
Michael,
you cannot debate on a point of order.
Speaker, it is in this sense that as a patriotic Namibian, I stand and I ask, because there are millions of Namibians watching us every day. We must give people confidence to want to apply for public institutions. Yes. And when we question these individuals, it should be based on professional opinions, and not opinions that are malicious or made up in our own minds. Speaker, with time that is not with me, if only I was allowed, I would actually give a lecture to some of these young politicians here. Because I think, even Honorable Kalola, what is the problem now?
No, they must also sit down. Withdraw it.
You are the baby in bed. You are a baby politician, you can sit down. Not even young, baby politician.
Speaker, my time, I have 30 seconds on the clock. Speaker,
yes, please.
I humbly say, Speaker, we have a duty to protect our institutions, whether we like them or not. And I say, with all due respect, Honorable Venani, who has been a long-serving senior, has always, with grace and humility, accepted every outcome of ECN in this house. And I think some of these young MPs here, they, especially younger than me, Kalola, even including you,
Honorable members? Yeah, honorable members. Take your seat, please. Take your seat, okay? Is it? Honorable member, just take your seat. Yeah. You are out of order also. You are out of order. Take your seat, Honorable Karela. Take your seat. Take your seat. Yes.
I move for this House to approve these nominations, and for us, Speaker, to divide the House to vote, if there is a need to vote. Thank you very much, Speaker.
Thank you. Okay, what is it, Honorable Emmanuel? Honorable Weiss, what are you saying? Are you asking for the floor? You are not asking for the floor. Okay, now I have Honorable Kandorodu on the list.
Yeah, thank you so much, Speaker. My protected. I would have loved to support this motion, but I have a very small problem. Honorable Pohamba, so I could have supported this motion if the minister in the presidency moved this motion in this parliament. Because the assignment to bring to this house is from the president to parliament, not from the speaker's office to delegate an ordinary member of parliament to come and move. There is no legal instrument, there is no legal, you did not even phrase any section of whatever instrument and say, I was mandated due to this act or to this section.
Honorable Kandorodu, a ruling was made on that aspect. Can you just raise
can I
the other
proceed?
point? Yes.
So therefore, I still regard, besides the ruling, I still regard that Honorable Pohamba acted ultra vires. I'm joining you. So therefore, this motion must be referred back and be tabled in a proper and correct procedure. Beside that,
that one is out of order, Honorable
beside that, Dr. Sidano, as it was said, I don't have a problem with him to be the chairperson. However, the Constitution is very clear, the Electoral Act is very clear on the term. We have these very beautiful ladies, and they were sounding very smart on that day. During the interview. So why can we not appoint them as the chairpersons? Why can't we give them the benefit of the doubt and appoint them as a chairperson? Or we have Mr. Shihenuna, whose term is longer than the one of Dr. Sidano. Why can he not be appointed? Why can he not be appointed?
Yes, point of order, Honorable Member.
Honorable.
Yes, you are in a mob.
Honorable Speaker.
Five of you cannot get up cheering and expect that I give you. That's disrespectful. If you approach my desk with respect, I will recognize you. No.
Honorable Speaker.
He has the floor.
Is my honorable friend
You
implying
can't
that we
protest by
appoint
rising in a
people
group.
based on the beautiness? Because he's saying there were some
There is one
beautiful
person on the
women. I would want to believe the beautiful women are appointed to the Miss Namibia. I just wanted to get that clarity. Whether that's the requirement you want us to employ. Unless I didn't understand the honorable member. Thank you very much.
So honorable member is just out of order with that one. I think.
No.
There is no way. It's unparliamentary.
No, I'm correct.
No, just
because
proceed with
the
your
only
other
judge, I'm correct. The only judgment at my disposal is their beauty, because their record is not presented to us.
It's out of order. It's out of order, honorable member. You are out of order.
That's the only material evidence.
Now, honorable member, please withdraw that one.
Okay, I withdraw.
Okay, please proceed.
I withdraw that. But be that as it may.
No conditional withdrawal.
No.
No conditional withdrawal.
Manage your house. Manage your house.
I am managing, I'm trying, you are the one making it difficult.
Okay, now be said that, I still recommend that the two ladies and Mr. Shienuna are the one legally qualified to be the chairperson rather than Dr. Sidano. Dr. Sidano must serve his term up to next year, June, July, and go home. Because we cannot reappoint him because he ran an election that went to court. That shows an election that ran out of the ballots papers, the election that was extended for 5 days, election where people were transported from Angola to come and vote in Namibia. So therefore, his credibility is in question. So Sidano credibility to be the chairperson, it defeats the purpose for his extension completely. So I don't support Sidano appointment as a chairperson. He can be an ordinary commissioner. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Now the next is Honorable Mbula. Yes, Honorable Mbula.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Speaker. Thank you for allowing me to add my voice. First of all, I think as the public views these proceedings, we are creating a confusion by using the term.
Yes, please, you have the floor. Is it a point of order? Huh?
Is it now an appointment?
Honorable Member,
Yes.
one moment. What is it, Honorable Wise? What? The system is down. I can't hear you.
Is faulty in terms of the sequencing of the speakers.
No.
So why? What are you saying?
No.
It's a problem.
Okay, explain that. Explain that.
Honorable Speaker, what I'm saying is that the system,
Speaker,
the way it's sequencing,
yeah, let them
the,
stop.
you know,
But
the
in any
speaker
case,
is
the
faulty.
time is up.
I know because
I want to understand what the basis is for Honorable Wise is saying what he's saying. Why do you say the system is?
Because my light was on.
Everybody's lights were on.
So your light was on and it went off.
It was on, huh?
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. So you are saying what?
Honorable Speaker, I'm saying the sequencing is faulty. Because I was supposed to be the next one in
What
the line.
is the sequencing?
Why is the Honorable Member pointing this side?
And
The office is there.
yeah, Honorable Member, unfortunately, Secretariat maybe take note of that, but I didn't observe anything, so I'm unable.
But the Secretariat knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So let the Secretariat take note of it. Now, on the basis, we take note of it, the Secretariat takes note of it. Yeah, on the basis of automatic adjournment, the House rises until tomorrow. When we come to this item, the member that was on the floor would continue. The House arises on automatic adjournment. Yeah, arise.
This is NBC1. It's ours.